Hey guys, it's me, Crazy Honda Chris, your automotive advisor here at Kuehl Honda in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, in the sales department, of course. And today's video is for those that just purchased their awesome 2021 or 2022 Honda Insight Touring. I'm going to show you guys how to customize your vehicle settings so everything's set the way you want. So when you drive off the lot, you're set for success. All you have to do is show it off to your friends and family, all right? So you guys have any questions, you know what to do. Drop them down below in the comments. I'll do my best to answer your questions. Now let's go personalize your vehicle settings right now. All right, so here we are right at the home menu. As you guys can see, from the home menu, we're going to select settings. We're going to come all the way down here to vehicle. Then we're going to start from the top and work our way down to the bottom. All right, so the very first thing that's going to pop up is going to be a TPMS, tire pressure monitoring system calibration. If you ever get a low tire pressure light that comes on your driver's interface, tell you to get out there, double check it, make sure it's correct. If it is correct, you need to reset that, or after you adjust it, all you have to do is hit calibrate. Then hit calibrate. There we go. Driving short distance, at least 12 miles an hour faster, it will reset itself. Now, the next thing we're going to have is your driver's assist system setup. Let's select that. Very first thing is going to be a blind spot information system. So now with your blind spot information system, you got the indicators on the side mirrors. All right. You can choose when you want those to go off. Do you want it just as a visual, or you want the audible with a visual? I'm going to keep it as everything on as we go through this video, guys. There's nothing wrong. Just choose whatever you want that suits your particular needs. There's no right or wrong answer with this, all right? The reason I'm keeping it on audible, because let's say we're driving at least 20 miles an hour faster, someone's in your blind spot, my turning indicator is not on, it just has a light that flashes up on the side mirror. Now, if I'm going that proper speed and someone's in my blind spot, then I have my turning indicator on, then it beeps at me. I like the audible to let me know, hey, someone's there. So we'll just simply hit save. Next thing we're going to have is your traffic sign recognition. So simply, you can have the small icon on or off. Pretty much you can have the small icon right up here in the center. So let's say you're driving down the road, it says 30 miles an hour, it catches that, and then it's going to display it right up there for me as a reminder. Let me make sure I don't go speeding now. So I'm going to keep that on. Next thing right here is your forward collision warning distance. You have a couple different distance here. This is with your forward collision. So as you're driving down the road, it senses you're going to hit a pedestrian, an object, a car. At what distance do you want those 3 stages to start to warn you, from there? I don't know the exact distance, but you may refer to your owner's manual to know that. But I just know Honda set it to normal for a reason. So I'm going to keep it on normal. I feel comfortable with that. So I'm going to hit the back button. Next thing we have is your ACC, forward vehicle detection beep. ACC is as in your adaptive cruise control. Let's select that. So as you're driving down the road, right, you got your Honda sensing on. You'll see all of your Honda sensing features right over here on the right-hand side of the steering wheel. This is your adaptive cruise control. As you're driving down the road, oh, I got to adjust this. I guess it's already up. Let me just zoom down here with the tripod. You got your different distance right there, right? Once it finds a car, just like this button here, it's going to have a white car above there, all right? So you always have a visual confirmation when it finds a car. Now, this is simply as you're driving. Let's say you're going 35, the car in front of you is going, 30. It finds the car, it wants to maintain that distance, so it slows you down. Do you want it to beep at you as it slows down as it finds a car? That's what we're talking about here. I'm going to turn that on. All right, we'll try to get this camera a little more refocused. There we go. You have your lane keeping assist beep. I'm going to turn this on just for when I go to test drive someone, they know all the beeps that's going on with this car. So let's say you're driving down the road, you got your lane keep assist on. Once again, that's going to be between 45 and 90 miles an hour for your highway driving. It finds the lines in the road. You go out of your lane a little bit, and it's going to beep at you as it brings you back. All right, and that's what you have your setting on. So this is simply, do you want the beep? I say yes. Let's do the beep. All right, we got your road departure. So that you can change the sensitivity of your road departure as it centers you and stuff like that, or you can have warning only. I'm going to keep it on normal. Driver's attention. So the car is going to have a way to identify when you're not doing a very good job on your driving habits, all right? It's going to warn you, do everything in its power to let you know you need to pull over and take a break, Chris, because you're just going crazy. I'm going to keep it on toggle audible alerts. I want the car to do everything in its power to let me know I'm not being a safe driver. So I'm going to save that. So now that's everything underneath driver's assist system setup. So that's for your Honda sensing features. We're going to come right down here to your meter setup. You can select a different language. Those options right there. You can adjust the outside temperature display. You have a 5-degree swing either way. I'll let you guys decide if you want to mess with that. Now, just to let you know, right here in the center, I know you guys probably get motion sickness, but there's your temperature gauge right there. It's 84 degrees right away this morning. Let's put that right back there for you. You have your adjusted alarm volume right here. As you can see it right up there, just when the door is open, turning indicators, system warnings, stuff like that. You can change how loud it's going to be. Reverse alert tone. You guys guessed it. When you put the car into reverse, it gives you a little tone to let people know, hey, the car is in reverse, you're in reverse, stuff like that. All right, so I'm going to save that. You have your panel right here that you can reorganize, and that's going to be everything right here. That's going to be on the driver's interface. That's this right here that we're talking about, right there. All right, so if you want to clean that up, not have so many options, or if you want all the options, you simply can just scroll through it, check it, uncheck, stuff like that, or you can reorder it, stuff there. All right, just in case you want to move something up, just because you play with it more than the other options. We'll scroll down. You got your fuel efficiency backlight, simply on or off. So we're going to move this once again. Your fuel efficiency backlight, it's going to be this right here. It goes from white to green when you are being fuel efficient, then green to white when you're not. So I'm going to keep it on. Nice little visual coach. Then we got your trip A, trip B. It's going to be the same thing. You get 3 options when you want it to automatically reset, or you can choose to do it yourself. All right. You got your turn-by-turn display. As it says right there, pop-up warning by turn with your navigation. Speed and distance. Now that's everything underneath meter setup. We're going to come down here to keyless access setup. First thing that's going to pop up is your door unlock mode. All right, so you got the key fob in your purse, jacket, pocket, whatever the case is. You walk up to the car, put your hand in the handle, right? Which of these options do you want to unlock? You got a smart entry light flash. So as you put your hand in the handle, there's going to be a delay. So if someone just put the hand in the handle and then yanks on it, you want them to know, hey, it unlocks. So here's a little light flash to let them know, okay? Then also when the door is locked too. You got a smart entry beep, same thing, just gives you an audible. If you have a light flash, it's going to go beep at you. So you can hit save or back once you select from there. And then you get your remote start. If you want ever to deactivate your remote start for any particular reason, you can. I'm going to keep it on just because I live here in Iowa. Winter is just right around the corner. All right, so now that's everything underneath keyless access setup. You have your lighting setup. We're just going to go right through this real quick. You got auto light sensitivity. So simply when you have your headlights on auto, right? Well, you guys can see that right there. It pretty much goes from your day and nighttime transparency levels. If you have it on max, the sooner your light's going to come on. Auto interior, illumination. So let's say if I got my lights on auto once again, when your headlights come on, it nerfs the power or the brightness of your interior lights, right? Because in theory, you're in a darker environment. But for some reason, you guys can't see that, you can increase the brightness on that if you wanted to, okay? Auto headlights on with wiper on. So we have the headlights on auto, the wipers, we turn them on, or they come on, the headlights will automatically come on for you. So we have an off timer for your headlights. So let's say this can be totally different depending on where you park, when you get home, stuff like that, okay? Where you park. So let's say I always park in the garage, I'm always home before nighttime or whatever, I don't get out much, my typical life. Most likely, 15 seconds is good enough. But let's say if I park a good distance from work, or, I'm late at night, or where I park at night, it's pretty dark, maybe I want to increase it to 30 seconds, give me a little extra time to get inside, if I can see what I'm doing. Your interior light, dimming time, same kind of concept. So the headlights, it talks about interior lights. When do you want those to shut off? You got those 3 options. Now that's everything underneath the lighting setup. We'll scroll down right here to door and window, auto door lock. When do you want your doors to lock? We just got into a brand new car, about to drive off from the dealership, right? You want it with speed, boom, doors locked. When you shift from park, boom, doors locked. Keyless, so you got your key and remote unlock mode right here. All right. So now keep in mind, when you hit unlock on the key fob twice, automatically all doors unlock. So this is us selecting it the first time. 95% of the time, customers say, hey, let's leave it as, you know, where it's at right now. So you hit it once, driver's side door unlocks. You hit it twice, all doors unlocked. You have your keyless lock, answer back. So when you hit lock, stuff like that, or unlock, I'm assuming you wanted to beep at you, right? Security timer. So we have X amount of time to open up a car door once I hit unlock. So I got my key fob, you know, I left something out in the car. I send my oldest kid out there, Zoe. I hit unlock and make Zoe go get whatever stuff I left out there, right? Well, she's gonna have 30, 60, or 90 seconds to open up a car door. If she doesn't open up a car door within that time, all the doors automatically relock. So might give Zoe a, you know, 5-second head start to let her get out there and get what she needs. Or I might wait 25 seconds and send her out. There we go. We have your auto door unlock. So let's see you out and about driving around. You made it to here to the dealership because you have a couple questions. When do you want your doors to unlock? All right, so you got those 3 options. I can shut off the car, boom, doors unlock. I shift to the park. That'd be great if I'm, you know, dropping family off, doing a lot of errands, stuff like that. People always jumping in and out. Or if it's just me, or I just like that extra security. If I can shut off the car, put it in park, mind my surroundings, and open the door, then I don't have to worry about my youngest, Cameron, 5-year-old, jumping out of the car. You know what I'm saying? So you got those options. You got your walkway auto lock. So now with walkway auto lock, there's only one negative thing I think about this. How the walkway auto lock works is that you have the key fob with you. You walk away 10 feet away from the car, boom, all doors lock. All right. If you leave the key fob in the car, it will not lock when you walk away from it. The key fob is the trick, all right? So for me, if I have the car out in the garage, I like to get in and out of the car quite a bit. It's in the garage, and if I don't put my key fob on the hook next to the door, I always misplace it. I always hear about it. So if I want to get in the car, I have to go inside, get the key fob, and get into the car that's in the garage. That's the only negative thing about it. Hey, I like it because I get to work, perfect, walk away, run the errands, walk away, get done test driving, walk away, everything's locked. You guys get the point. All right, and then we have your maintenance right here. So oil changes, other services that may come up that the system's gonna warn you about. It's all gonna be right there for you, all right? Hey everyone, thanks again for watching my video. Hopefully it was very helpful to answer those questions for you guys. If not, once again, you guys know what to do down below in the comments. I'll do my best to answer those questions for you guys. And let me be one of the first to congratulate you guys on your new Honda Insight, all right? If you guys end up getting it, I'd like to know what color you guys end up getting. Is this your first Honda? Where do you guys end up buying it at? Share that all down in the comments. I'd love to hear you guys' stories, all right? Well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.